Seduction is a psychological game, not just about beauty or romance. It's about influence and subtle power. While many people think of seduction as something reserved for romantic relationships, its true essence goes far beyond that. At its core, seduction is about understanding the human mind, recognizing what motivates people, and using that knowledge to gently steer their thoughts and actions. It's a dance of intellect and emotion, where the real power lies in subtlety and suggestion rather than overt force. It's the art of lowering defenses and guiding others to your will, often without them realizing it. Whether it's a whisper in a crowded room, a well-timed compliment, or a gesture that makes someone feel seen, seduction is about creating an atmosphere where people feel comfortable letting their guard down. This skill is invaluable not just in love, but in business, friendships, and even negotiations. The most successful people know how to make others feel important, understood, and valued, which opens doors and builds trust. History's greatest figures, Cleopatra, Benjamin Franklin, used seduction to shape empires and win allies, not just lovers. Cleopatra's charm helped her forge powerful alliances, while Franklin's wit and warmth won over the French court during a critical time in history. These individuals understood that seduction is a tool for persuasion, capable of changing the course of nations and influencing the fate of millions. Their stories remind us that the ability to enchant and persuade is a timeless asset. True seduction works through pleasure and imagination, bypassing resistance and appealing to our deepest desires. It's about awakening curiosity, sparking excitement, and making the ordinary feel extraordinary. When someone feels truly seen and desired, their natural defenses melt away, and they become open to new possibilities. Seduction, in this sense, is about creating memorable experiences and emotional connections that linger long after the moment has passed. Mastering seduction means reading people, understanding their hidden wants, and creating a world where they feel special. It's about empathy, observation, and intuition, skills that allow you to connect with others on a deeper level. By tuning into subtle cues and responding thoughtfully, you can make people feel valued and understood, which is the foundation of influence in any relationship. By learning this art, you gain a powerful tool for navigating every social arena, from love to leadership. Seduction is not manipulation, it's about inspiring trust, curiosity, and admiration. Whether you're seeking to build a romantic connection, close a business deal, or simply make a lasting impression, the principles of seduction can help you unlock new opportunities and achieve your goals. In every interaction, the ability to enchant and persuade is a skill worth mastering. Cleopatra was exiled, her throne stolen, her future uncertain, but she refused to be forgotten. She knew that to reclaim power, she needed more than words. She needed spectacle. With Julius Caesar in Alexandria, Cleopatra made her move. She had herself smuggled into his quarters, rolled up in a carpet, and unrolled at his feet, not as a supplicant, but as a queen. That entrance was pure strategy, commanding attention, demanding respect. Cleopatra didn't plead. She presented herself as Caesar's equal, a leader with vision. She spoke his language, matched his intellect, and offered an alliance that would benefit Rome. In that moment, she wasn't just captivating a man, she was captivating an empire. Her boldness restored her throne and changed Egypt's fate. Cleopatra's story is a lesson in using every asset, wit, courage, presence, to turn the odds. She teaches us that unforgettable entrances and unwavering self-belief can open doors no one else sees. Sometimes the world only believes in your value when you show it without apology. Cleopatra's audacity wasn't just for show, it was her path to power. She reminds us, make your entrance count. The world remembers those who dare. Delilah's name is forever linked with betrayal, but her story is really about relentless determination. Tasked with uncovering Samson's secret strength, she faced a challenge that brute force couldn't solve. Delilah used emotional leverage, persistence, and patience. She asked, she cajoled, she pressed again and again. Each time Samson lied, she tried again, never losing focus. She turned love into a test, making the secret a measure of his devotion. Day after day, she wore down his defenses, her persistence unyielding. Finally, exhausted, Samson revealed his secret, his uncut hair. Delilah acted swiftly, stripping him of his power and delivering him to his enemies. Her story is a warning about the dangers of manipulation, but also a testament to the power of unwavering focus. Delilah's persistence overcame even the strongest man. She shows us that determination, for better or worse, can break through any barrier. But her victory came at a cost, reminding us that the tools of seduction can destroy as easily as they can empower. Delilah's lesson persistence is powerful, but how you use it defines your legacy. Influence can be a weapon or a gift. Choose wisely. Judith's city was starving, her people desperate. Where others saw defeat, she saw opportunity. She transformed herself, casting off mourning, adorning herself in beauty, to become the answer to her people's prayers. Judith's plan was bold: walk into the enemy camp, win the trust of the feared General Holofernes, and strike when he least expected. She played to his ego, feeding him flattery and false promises. For days she maintained her act, all while holding fast to her faith. When Holofernes was drunk and alone, Judith seized her moment. With courage and precision, she ended his reign in a single night. Judith returned home not as a victim, but as a savior. Her story is about using intelligence, faith, and strategy to turn the tables on tyranny. Judith's deception was righteous, her beauty and wit, weapons for justice. She reminds us that true power often comes from conviction and the willingness to act when others falter. Sometimes the greatest victories are won not by force, but by daring and resolve. Judith's legacy, courage, and cunning can change the fate of nations. She teaches us to be the answer when hope seems lost. In the darkest moments, strategy and faith can light the way. Judith's story endures because she dared to do what others would not. In 19th century London, Harriette Wilson turned society's rules upside down. Without title or fortune, she used wit, charm, and intelligence to become the era's most famous courtesan. Harriette chose her patrons, set her terms, and built a life of influence. When fortunes faded, she wrote her memoirs, turning secrets into leverage and scandal into profit. Her story proves that when doors close, resourcefulness and audacity can open new ones. Harriette's greatest power was owning her story and daring the world to judge her. What do Cleopatra, Judith, and Harriette have in common? Their power wasn't just in beauty, it was in presence, confidence, and standards. First, style and presentation. It's not about trends, but about owning your unique signature and radiating self-worth. Second, confidence. Cleopatra's unshakable belief in herself was magnetic. True confidence is quiet, steady, and unapologetic. Third, standards. High standards aren't about being demanding. They're about knowing your value and refusing to settle. These women taught the world how to treat them by setting boundaries and expectations. Attraction is built on self-respect, authenticity, and the courage to stand out. When you value yourself, others do too. The keys to attraction are timeless style, confidence, and standards. Use them, and you become unforgettable. The world is drawn to those who know their worth. Seduction isn't just a woman's art. History's great male seducers like Casanova reveal universal truths. Casanova's secret? He made every woman feel seen and heard, focusing on connection, not conquest. The ideal lover archetype, mysterious, sensitive, a challenge, shows that desire is about imagination as much as reality. Men like Casanova had freedoms women lacked, but the techniques, focus, empathy, unforgettable experiences, are the same. True attraction is about making others feel valued and understood. The art of seduction is about capturing the mind, not just the eye. The greatest power is in connection. From Cleopatra's boldness to Judith's courage, seduction has shaped destinies and changed history. It's more than romance. It's the art of influence, the power to inspire, persuade, and transform. Used wisely, it builds bridges and uplifts. Used recklessly, it destroys. These stories remind us, our greatest strength lies in emotional intelligence, courage, and connection. Seduction is a force, one to be understood, respected, and used with integrity. Harness it and you can move mountains. The power to shape your story is in your hands. Seduction relies on 3 pillars: charm, power, and pleasure. Charm disarms suspicion and makes people feel seen. It's about genuine warmth and attentive listening. Power is subtle, projected through confidence, mystery, and reputation, never through bragging. Pleasure is the irresistible bait, offering escape, excitement, and emotional fulfillment. The master seducer blends these elements, tailoring the experience to each individual. Seduction isn't a formula, it's a fluid art, creating a unique journey for every target. When charm opens the door, power inspires admiration, and pleasure keeps them coming back. Everything depends on the target of your seduction. Study your prey thoroughly, and choose only those who will prove susceptible to your charms. The right victims are those for whom you can fill a void, who see in you something exotic. They are often isolated or unhappy, or can easily be made so, for the completely contented person is almost impossible to seduce. The perfect victim has some quality that inspires strong emotions in you, making your seductive maneuvers seem more natural and dynamic. The perfect victim allows for the perfect chase. Throughout history, the art of seduction has been shaped by a fascinating array of classic archetypes. These figures, immortalized in stories, films, and legends, each represent a unique approach to captivating the hearts and minds of others. From the grand halls of masquerade balls to the secretive glances exchanged behind ornate masks, seduction has always been about more than just attraction. It's about understanding the subtle power of presence, allure, and intention. Every seducer type brings something different to the table, using their own strengths and personalities to draw others in. Whether in a crowded room or an intimate setting, these archetypes reveal themselves through their actions, words, and even the energy they project. The siren, for example, is the embodiment of allure and spectacle. With an almost magnetic presence, she entrances those around her, much like Marilyn Monroe did in her heyday. The siren's power lies in her ability to create an atmosphere of irresistible charm, making every moment feel electric and unforgettable. The rake, on the other hand, seduces with an intense, focused desire. He makes each person he pursues feel as though they are the only one in the world, showering them with attention and passion. The rake's allure is in his unwavering focus, making his target feel uniquely seen and deeply desired. Then there's the ideal lover, who becomes a mirror for another's deepest dreams and desires. This archetype offers a fantasy of perfection, making their partner feel as if they've found their soulmate. The ideal lover's gift is in creating a world where anything seems possible, and every wish is within reach. Beyond these, we find the dandy, who stands out with a rebellious sense of style and a refusal to conform. The natural, whose innocent spontaneity and genuine joy make them effortlessly attractive. The coquette, who keeps others guessing with a tantalizing mix of hot and cold pursuit. And the charmer, who puts everyone at ease with warmth and grace. Each type has its own unique way of drawing people in, using personality as their greatest tool. The path to seduction is as individual as you are. It's about discovering your natural strengths, embracing your authentic self, and refining those qualities to connect with others on a deeper level. Self-awareness is the first step. By understanding which archetype resonates with you, you can begin to develop your own seductive power. So ask yourself, are you a siren, captivating with your presence, a rake, igniting passion with your focus, or perhaps an ideal lover, offering a dream of perfection? Maybe you see yourself in the dandy, the natural, the coquette, or the charmer. Each path is valid and each has its own magic. Recognize your core strengths and build from there. True mastery of seduction begins with self-awareness and the courage to express your authentic self. Embrace your unique qualities, refine your approach, and watch as your confidence and allure naturally grow. Seduction is not a single impulsive act, but rather a carefully orchestrated journey that unfolds in distinct phases. Each step is deliberate, each move calculated, and the process is as much about patience as it is about passion. Think of it as a dance, where every gesture, every glance, and every word is part of a larger choreography designed to draw someone in, layer by layer. The first step is selection. Look for someone who carries a hidden void within, a subtle restlessness, a sense of boredom, or a quiet longing for something more. This person may appear content on the surface, but if you look closely, you'll notice the small signs: a wandering gaze, a sigh, or a moment of daydreaming. These are the openings you seek. Approach them indirectly. Don't rush or make your intentions obvious. Instead, blend into their world, becoming a natural part of their environment. This way, you avoid triggering their defenses and allow curiosity to grow organically. Let your presence be felt, not forced. Observation is your next tool. Watch them closely. Notice what excites them, what makes them laugh, and what seems to trouble them. Learn their tastes, their vulnerabilities, and their secret dreams. The more you know, the more precisely you can tailor your approach. Now begin to create desire. This is where subtlety reigns. Send mixed signals, sometimes warm, sometimes distant. Mirror their moods and gestures to build a sense of connection. Drop hints about your own allure, but never reveal everything. Let them wonder about you, and let that curiosity turn into attraction. Keep the mystery alive. Hold back just enough to keep them intrigued. The unknown is powerful. Never fully reveal your intentions or your feelings. Let them chase the answers, and in doing so, become more invested in you. When the tension has reached its peak, it's time for the final act. Make a bold, emotional gesture, something unexpected yet perfectly timed. It should feel both shocking and inevitable, as if all the previous steps have led to this very moment. If you've built the tension skillfully, they will surrender willingly, convinced that the choice was entirely their own. The beauty of seduction lies in making your target feel empowered, even as they are drawn irresistibly toward you. That is the true triumph of seduction, not just winning someone over, but making them believe it was their idea all along. A victory that is as satisfying as it is complete. Master seducers wield mystery, confidence, vulnerability, and focused attention. Mystery draws people in, reveal little, let imagination do the work. Confidence is quiet and unshakable, shown through calm presence and self-assurance. Strategic vulnerability, showing a hint of weakness, creates connection and empathy. Above all, give undivided attention. Make your target feel like the only person in the world. Remember details, listen deeply, and let your gaze make them feel seen. These qualities break down resistance and build irresistible attraction. Seduction is about making others feel special, understood, and desired. Anti-seductive traits destroy attraction instantly. Neediness, constant validation seeking, drains others and signals insecurity. The braggart dominates conversations, never listens, and bores everyone. Insecurity creates awkwardness and repels confident seekers. The moralizer is rigid, judgmental, and kills all sense of fun or spontaneity. Seduction thrives on playfulness, confidence, and acceptance, not desperation or self-absorption. Avoid these traps. Be a source of pleasure, not a burden. True seducers invite, never impose. Success in seduction depends on your target's hidden needs. The bored, unfulfilled, or imaginative are most susceptible. They crave escape, excitement, or fantasy. Offer them what's missing and resistance fades. But some are nearly immune, those deeply satisfied, pragmatic, or suspicious. They have few cracks for seduction to exploit and are rarely moved by fantasy. Recognize when to move on. Not every fortress is worth storming. Seduction works best on those open to emotion and imagination. Choose your targets wisely. Seduction isn't just for romance, it's a universal tool for influence. In work, charm and rapport often win over qualifications. Listen, mirror, and make others feel important to build trust and loyalty. In friendships, become the charmer, offer support, celebrate successes, and create an aura of positivity. Leaders seduce the masses with vision, confidence, and emotional connection. Mastering seduction means becoming more empathetic, strategic, and influential in every sphere. It's not manipulation, but understanding the hidden language of desire. Use it to turn every encounter into an opportunity. Lofty words of love and grand gestures can be suspicious. Why are you trying so hard to please? The details of a seduction, the subtle gestures, the offhand things you do, are often more charming and revealing. You must learn to distract your victims with a myriad of please Aunt Little rituals, thoughtful gifts tailored just for them, clothes and adornments designed to please them, gestures that show the time and attention you are paying them. Mesmerized by what they see, they will not notice what you are really up to. Everyone has doubts and insecurities about their body, their self-worth, their sexuality. If your seduction appeals exclusively to the physical, you will stir up these doubts and make your target self-conscious. Instead, lure them out of their insecurities by making them focus on something sublime and spiritual, a religious experience, a lofty work of art, the occult. Lost in a spiritual mist, the target will feel light and uninhibited. Deepen the effect of your seduction by making its sexual culmination seem like the spiritual union of two souls. Learning seduction is a journey of self-mastery and transformation. It starts with self-awareness, knowing your strengths, facing insecurities, and building confidence. You become more observant, empathetic, and skilled at reading people. Seduction sharpens your creativity and playfulness, making life richer and more adventurous. It's about crafting experiences, weaving fantasy, and injecting excitement into the everyday. Ultimately, seduction equips you to influence with grace and subtlety. But its greatest gift is inner growth, confidence, empathy, and understanding. Master the art, and you master both yourself and your world.